How's it going today, guys? In this video, I'm going to be reviewing and showing you how to install the Talon grips slide grip on your pistol. This is the double stack version costing $10. If you want to see more videos like this, please like, subscribe, comment, and share to help support the channel. All you'll need is the slide grip, the alcohol prep pad, which is provided, a cleaning patch. I'm just using this to dry the surface faster, and then some type of scraper. I'm using a sharp Q-tip just so I can clean the grooves out a little bit better. Lastly, you'll need a heat gun like this cone or a hair dryer. I wanted to give this a try because I have been having some difficulty racking the slide in this configuration. This stock Glock DLC slide finish is very slick and these serrations aren't very good. Even coming here without training where my hands aren't very sweaty or there's not much oil on the slide, it's still really easy to slip. Because I had a few failures doing it and almost causing some malfunctions during training, I had switched to having to go over the top, because if you can rack it this way, it's a lot faster to get back on the gun rather than going over top. You have to move your hand a little bit more and come around. Also, it poses a risk when you're coming around to flag yourself. So this way is just a lot more safe. Now this isn't a big deal. It's just something I wanted to try. I did install this on my Glock 19. When I talked to Talon Grips, they said that these would work in holsters. And then I installed this on my Glock 19 and I tried it in my T-Rex arm sidecar holster, which it did not fit in all the way. It was scraping the inside of the Kydex a lot. I also tried it on my T-Rex arms Ragnarok and it was doing the same. It wouldn't go in all the way, causing a lot of resistance. So this did not work on my Glock 19 for both holsters. And those two holsters, in my opinion, are the best holsters you can get and some of the most common holsters you can get. So if it doesn't work in those Kydex holsters, I don't really think it would work in many holsters, maybe a leather holster or something like that. But we're gonna go ahead and try it out on the Glock 17 because I already purchased it. And then I'm gonna try it in the T-Rex Arms Ragnarok holster. Hopefully we have better results. But the problem is these two parts right here where it bends over on the ridge up here. That's where it was actually cutting into the Kydex and making it not slide in as well. When I had it on the Glock 19, it definitely was a lot easier to grip, mainly because it's covering up this surface on top. There's always grime that gets built up on the edges of these grooves. So I'm just gonna scrape that out so it'll give me a better surface to attach to. Bought these Q-tips off Amazon. You can get them, they're really cheap. They're the two-sided, one side's pointed, one side's rounded. Do the other side. Clean around this. There's a little bit of oil right there, so just get some of that wiped off. Take this alcohol prep pad, wipe that whole area down where it's mounting to. The top right there. I'm gonna clean around the iron sight. Since this iron sight is not the stock iron sight, I have to make a little bit of trim to the front of it. If it was the stock iron sight, I wouldn't have to do anything. My patch, just to get it dried a little bit faster. Go ahead and wipe those grooves. I need to go a little bit above the bottom. You can see where it's gonna hit. These X-Acto knives from Amazon, really cheap, and they've come in handy a lot for doing these smaller precision cuts. I'm just cutting a straight line right there. It'll roll over and fit now. Go ahead and peel off the back layer. Try not to touch the adhesive, even though it's kind of hard. Just slightly above the bottom of the slide. Start by pressing those down. Try to get them even. Just tap it a little. You don't want to put all the pressure on there in case you have to move it. This is the part I want to pull tight once I know that it's going to work. Pull it really tight around this ridge. Come over to the other side, pushing down on the top. And I'm just going to go one by one into the grooves. And it looked like I was a little bit off, but that's all right. They're just coming at an angle a little bit, which is okay. I can manipulate these a little just by pulling them in the direction I want. After I know it looks good and there's no air bubbles, go ahead and try and pull it downwards. So you can use a hairdryer heat gun. I'm gonna do it on lower heat, doesn't have to be super high. Level 2. This is a real cheap, good one on Amazon. Just power 1. Just gonna go ahead and heat this up. After I get the whole thing heated up, I'm gonna press down on it. Push down on it. You want to push towards the edges. Go ahead and do it again. And you're just gonna repeat this process 2 to 3 times. Looks good to me. It looks really nice too. My hands sweat a lot. Like, it's not very hot in here, but my hands are just already sweating for no reason. But having that on there, it's really not slipping at all, making it really easy. And it's mainly because of this portion here that I'm able to get good grip on there. It does have a sandpaper grit to it, kind of like this grip here. So it is a little bit harsher, but I like that a little bit better because my hands sweat. The rubbery feel, like the edge series I had before this, my hands were still slipping a little bit. So I do like the sandpaper, but as you can see, a little bit right here, it's kind of scratching at the skin, which is fine. But if you have really soft hands, it might cut you up a little bit. Clamping here, really easy to slide it back in, get your mag in, ready to go. I have my T-Rex Arms Ragnarok here, built specifically for this pistol. And as you can see right there, it's stopping. This isn't gonna work either. It's really tough. You're not gonna be able to get it in and out very easy. And yeah, I mean, it's stuck right now. But if you look right there, you can see it's scratching the Kydex. I don't really want it to do that. It's scratching all the way down the holster. You can see the marks right in here. It's scratching, and then it's scratching down this line as well. It's definitely unfortunate. It's not gonna work, especially getting told from Talon grips that it would work, although this is pretty cheap. I can peel some of that off onto my hand. You'd almost have to sand some of this grit down to make it flush with the slide so it's not scratching, and then you would have to cut this piece off to like right there. It would only be from like the point of that triangle up and the point of that triangle up right in the middle. The rest would have to be cut out until it gets to the side, which is really unfortunate. I do like the design, but not being able to work in holsters is a no-go for me. If you have a leather holster or something that's not Kydex, something that's a little bit more loosely of a fit, I would think that this would work a little bit better. But like with your Kydex stuff, it's stopping right there. Like, it should slide in, and this isn't tight. I don't have these screws down very tight on this holster. You could probably loosen this up a little bit, but then it would be even more loose than it was. Those green marks right there, that's where it's scratching. I like the finish on the Glock because it's a durable finish, the DLC finish, but it's very slick. If you get some oil on here, this thing becomes really slick, and then if your hands sweat really bad like mine, it makes it even worse. So that's why I went to a sandpaper on here. Makes it really easy to rack that slide. I would say this is more for range purposes. Just come in here, clamp real quick and easy, and then you can get back on your gun and the grip instead of going up here, which I was having to do because my hand was slipping on this a little bit. That's how it looks. It looks really nice adding it to the slide. I wish Glock would have been better with the slide serrations, and this is really easy to peel off after it's done. I'm not going to be using this because it doesn't work in my holster. Get a finger or a nail under there. Really easy to remove. Sometimes, like on the grip tape, it'll leave some glue residue, and you can just wipe that off with a microfiber rag. Just like that, peeled off. And this isn't reusable. The adhesive is already gone. It's good that they are cheap though. This was $10, that was $23. But that's why I like these grip tapes, because if it doesn't work out, you can easily take it off. If you want to see more videos like this, please like, subscribe, comment, and share to help support the channel. Thank you for watching.